don't forget on Thursday is supposed to be the exam, right? So the one who's been coming to the meeting, I feel pretty good about it. I hope the one who's not attending this meeting, they're okay also. I'm a little bit worried because you guys seems to be a little bit behind. Some of you are done with all the homework and also the quiz for exam 3, but not all of you are doing it. So make sure you do that like soon. So what I need you to do today is make sure you finish watching all the video, especially the new one for chapter 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3, and then work on those homework that belong to exam 3. Don't forget we have a paper quiz that's still on eCampus. It's important for you to try it because when Okay, so if you don't try that paper quiz and upload it back to eCampus, you may not know how to do the exam on Thursday. So it's important for you to make sure you can download file, you can upload it back to eCampus, and if it's multiple pages, you need to be able to figure it out to scan it as the one PDF file. So it's an important practice for you to do before the exam. So likely what will happen on Thursday is like we will have another meeting just like that. So between 6 o'clock to 6:30. If you have questions you want to ask me, we can do some questions together. Tonight, I will also send you a review video for exam 3. So I was going to do it before this meeting, but something went wrong, so I have to redo it. So I will try to make a video for exam 3 reviews. I send you the paper review also. So please watch it before Thursday. If you have any questions when we meet Thursday at 6 p.m., then we can talk about it. I will also send you a formula sheets that you can use for exam 3. So this is part of the material you can use for exam 3. So again, like very important, finish chapter 5 videos and homework, and the paper quiz, get back to eCampus, and also every exam on your MyLab, you have a quiz to do, right? So do those first. We will try to meet again on Thursday, 6 to 6:30. You can ask questions, and then we will start like half of the exam. The shorter parts will be on my lab, 6:30 to 7:30. Probably people will not need the whole hours, but you will do it on my lab, and you will write down those steps to prepare to upload it. And then there's another portion is like you have to work out those problems. You will get part of the exam on eCampus, and after you're done, you will upload everything back to eCampus. So probably by like 8:30, I may give you another 30 minutes if you have some problem scanning or uploading. That's why it's very important for you to do it like today or tomorrow. Try the quiz, so you know how to make it a PDF file, how to upload it back to eCampus. Because normally, like they require students to upload the work back to eCampus within 30 minutes after the exam is finished. So you need to be able to do it and be able to do it in a timely manner. So just now I email you the Zoom with the password, and also there's another email for chapter 7 videos. It's for today. So I would suggest finish the stuff for exam 3 first and then move on to the new material. We did lost a week because they extended the spring break. I checked it with my mentor teacher today. She kind of say I can simplify some of the sections, but you have to keep moving. Otherwise, like if you think about it, we have about 1 month and it would be the end of the semester. So we don't have a lot of extra time. So I know it's a lot going on, and then I know it's not easy, but like please keep going. Every one of you in here like is passing now, so I don't want you to fall behind. And if there's anything I can help you with, like please let me know. Okay, questions?
I do have a question just to make sure I'm following for Thursday. So on Thursday, we're going to take, if I'm understanding, half of it's going to be done online, the actual exam. and
Yes.
then the other half will download and work it out on paper and then scan it back
Correct.
into eCampus. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
And then there is an honor statement. Everybody have to either print it out and sign it. And if you don't have access to a printer, you can handwrite a whole paragraph. I probably sent it to you guys earlier, so you have a chance to review it. And then if you need to handwrite it out, it's a big paragraph, so you can prepare it ahead of time. It basically say like you just will do the exam like what you normally would do the exam. And yes, questions?
Um, so do we have to remember all the formula about this?
No, no, no. I'm going to send you a formula sheet today. So on the test, you can use the same formula sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Um, I don't have one here, so like I will email it to you today. Oh, I have one kind of like that. I need to modify a little bit. So it would be something like this. You still need to know which one to use, but it will say like simple interest, compound interest or like future values or amortization that you need to find payment and given present value, something like that. So you will have that formula that you can print it out or like open it online to use it.
For the notes that
Uh-huh.
you want us taking, are we supposed to be uploading those to eCampus for you to see as well, or?
Probably not, because it would be a lot. So like I may do like a Zoom section toward the end of the semester. You can just flip through it, so I see you have all the notes, and I will give you like the attendance credits.
Okay.
So probably that'll be easier. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot, like of memory taking from your computer or phone or something. So I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Okay. So the honor statement will say like you cannot use notes, you cannot use like videos or an app, or somebody else to help you. So basically, you kind of take it like when you're in the testing center, you can use your calculator, you can use the formula sheets, and then you will have to finish it within like a reasonable amount of time. So like for the two part, I probably will give you about 2 hours. And then within 30 minutes after the 2 hours, you need to upload your stuff back to eCampus. So 2.5 hours. Okay.
So that's going to be from 6 to 8.
6 to 6:30. I kind of want to leave some room if people have questions before we get started. So you probably will start at 6:30. And then the one on the My Lab would be a little bit easier. Maybe some of them are multiple choices or something. But the one on the paper is the one that you have to work it out. So on the paper, maybe about 8 to 10 questions. So I think the test will take about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes, like actually. But we have to leave some room for like the technology stuff. So
And
I just,
my lab is the Pearson website we've been using, right?
yes, the one you're
Okay.
doing
Okay.
homework. So hopefully by then they are stabilized. They're getting a little bit more stable this week. So hopefully by Thursday they'll be okay. Other questions?
I don't think, not me.
Not you. Some of you spend a lot of time on chapter 4. Some of those problems are super complicated, so I don't want you to spend too much time on chapter 4. That's not like our main um, focus. So chapter 4, you need to know several things, including how to add the slack variable, like the s term, and then how to move the z equation to the x and y on the left hand side and then put them in the matrix form. So if you know how to do that, that's good. And then I may give you an answer of the matrix that you have to tell me what is x1, x2, s1, s2, and z. So that's probably what I will ask from chapter 4. I don't want to go into too much. You do need to familiar yourself with chapter 5. Chapter 5 have a lot of finance questions, so and this is a business math class, so you need to know how to do that. And the problem with chapter 5 is sometimes people will use the wrong formula, so you just need to be very focused, like if they start with a lump sum of money or this is periodic payment or deposit. So those are different type. So what you know and what they're asking in order to find the correct formula.
you brought up chapter 4, and I know that I emailed you about it. So just to like, I think I got it from your email, but the pivot column is going to be the one with the most negative number at the bottom.
Correct.
And
So
that's always going to be the pivot number.
yes, so like for example, this one -6 is the most negative number, so this is the pivot column.
Okay.
And then we do the divide, like this is 18 divided by 3 is 6. This is divide 2 times 8. So we want a smaller number, so it would be the pivot number here.
Okay, and for like the S1, S2, that part, when we do the R1 plus R3, do we apply that equation to the S1, 2, and Z, or do we just leave those like the way they are?
I'm not sure what do you mean R?
So like, so the equations we have to use to get the zeros in the pivot column, do we apply that to the whole column? Like would we do,
Okay.
Are
So
you
if we have
asking?
something
Sorry.
like that, so this one, like, this is what I want you to be able to do, okay? So if they give you this kind of inequality, you need to be able to add S1 and S2. So you need to know that. And then move the X to the other side like this. So you need to be able to do that and move it to the matrix like this. Can you do that?
yes, here, well,
Okay.
let me,
So,
okay, here. So on my notes for chapter 4.2, on one of the questions, it gave you like it gave you the pivot column, and then you were supposed to find like like the, if you were to do like 1/3 times R1 would get you R1. Do you apply that to the whole row, the S1, S2, Z?
yes. So like this is for the first row. So everything would be divided by 3 basically. I'm sorry. Everything divided by 3 here.
Okay.
So I think that's what you're talking about. So this divided
Yeah.
by 3, this divided by 3, this divided by 3, this divided by 3, this
And then
0
zeros.
divided by this 0. This divided by 3 is 6.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was getting so confused about.
Okay, I understand. It's a very complicated, long process actually.
Okay, that helps a lot though. That's
Okay, so you need to be able to put in the matrix, and some of them would look like an answer. So let me find one of them. What I'm talking about. Maybe. So, so this one is actually already solved. They say why the solutions, and so everything with the 0 is going to be part of the answer. Everything without the 0 is going to be actually set it equal to 0, right? So x2, what's x2?
Those are the basic numbers, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah, the variable.
Yeah.
So so if I give you an answer, you need to be able to translate it to the solution here, something like that. I will not ask you to solve it. It's just take too long on the test.
So you just want us to read the table and be able to.
The solution, yes.
Got it.
But some of them you may have to like divide it by 5 or something.
Gotcha.
This divide by 7. But I will not ask you to solve it with all these steps. It's too much.
Okay, so when it's like 7x1 and 35, you would divide the 35 by 7 to just get whatever the x1 is.
Yes, like this. Like 7x1 equal to 35, so you solve for x1.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So yeah, chapter 4 is kind of tedious, so I'm sorry, the homework is a mess. So I deleted some questions, so don't focus on it too much. Move on to chapter 5. I don't want you to spend too much time on chapter 4.
Okay.
All right. So super important exam is on Thursday, and then I want you to finish the homework and the quiz and try it out to see if you can scan and upload on eCampus, and come back on Zoom on Thursday, and you can ask me more questions if you have questions before we get started. I anticipate the actual exam may last an hour and 30 minutes, and then you will upload your stuff back to eCampus.
And will there be about like 30 questions-ish on the exam total?
No, maybe about 10 on the My Lab, like the short one, and then maybe 8 to 10 on the paper.
Oh, okay.
So it should be 20 or less than 20.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Do we need to turn on the camera, like video call, while we're doing the test?
No, I think like I asked like the school and they say that's not required because some of you may not have the internet that can support it. So that's why we ask you to sign the honest statements that you're not using any extra stuff and you're not like working with somebody else. So you will just do it at home on your own within the time like given to you. But the one on My Lab, you only have one attempt. So like if somehow your internet got interrupted, take a screenshot that you have an error or something and send it to me. I can try to reset it for you. So I should be in front of my computer like while you're taking your exam. So if you send me a message, I can get back to you real quick.
Okay.
All right. If you don't have question, I want you to go and do your homework and try to finish it.
Okay. Thank you.
The paper quiz. Okay.
I
See you
do
guys on
have
Thursday.
one more question. Sorry.
Yes. No problem. No, you fine.
Just from your email,
Uh-huh.
did I understand that you said you were going to send out a review like we've been doing in the past for the
Yeah,
exam?
I did on Sunday. I think.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent out. No, check it. If you don't see it, like let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
I can
check right
send
now.
it again today when I get the video out too. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you don't have it, email me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're very welcome. See you
Have a
guys
good
on
night.
Thursday. Study for the exam. Please
Have a
do
good night.
well. Don't worry. Okay. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.